Welcome to the link this week, and this is a continuation of our discussion last week of economic crimes. We kept Mr. Twine in the studio, and we were able to get more of the tricks fraudsters use to defraud you using the phone. If you missed part 1, please go and look for it on the NTV Uganda YouTube page. You click videos and you search under NTV the link, and you'll find part 1. But this is part 2, and we continue with this information that you can use. So, Mr. Twine, last week previously we discussed several things, and you are supposed to continue with the things that the fraudsters use. Let's please continue.
Yeah, you know, these fraudsters are so daring. They are so daring, and sometimes they have their luck. One of the common ways of how they defraud people, somebody profiles you, especially you people whose address is known. He profiles you, he knows your closest friends. You may say, I'm Kasuku, I'm Shudil, I'm Tamale. You know, they know you work with ABCD at NTV.
Yeah.
Now, the next time you get a call, somebody pretending to be one of your workmates or one of your friends, and they say, man, I'm at the airport, there is a deal, some white men want some deliverables in Kalamoja. The guy is being disturbed at the airport, but he tells me if I can stand in for him and buy this thing, he will give me times 10. So if you have $1 million, give it to me. I'll get 10 million, I'll give you 2.
Yeah, the promise of more.
Exactly. And inevitably, they just prone our psychology. And you may think that, yes, this is a person known to you. You can't even listen to know whether this voice is for dad. And inevitably, you would send that money on the mobile money. 2 hours after, to find out what was transpired, the phone is off.
Yeah.
And that's when you realize that, no, you have been conned. Now, when you go to Dan, he says, no, I've been here. I've not even moved out.
I am not the one.
You get? You check the phone, it's not the one. Then secondly, we get these phones or sometimes on internet, but sometimes we also need to be careful because there are some people who have become victims because they have liked and subscribed some pages, unauthorized pages.
Yeah.
Without verifying somebody likes the page. There was one big man in Uganda here. He liked a page of Operation Wars Creation.
Yeah.
And within 2-3 minutes, he was contacted by a person who introduced himself as the army captain.
Wow.
And he said the general has offered you 100 cows from Isinjiro to your place in Iteso. And the man was so excited. The next time he sent them money for people to drive the cows from Isinjiro to Teso.
Yeah.
But within like 2 minutes, they said, no, but you see, the general had not planned the ease of vaccination. But now the district authorities, they have a language. Those guys have a language. So the district authorities want the cows vaccinated. So we need 3 million. Now they have given you cows worth 400 million. Yeah. This person is asking for 3 million. You
just send.
So, but all that, of course, that by the time he realized he had been conned of 7 million, and verifying with them, the phones were off. Up to now, they have never been off.
Imagine.
7 million had gone. But all that because he never verified the page. So this business of going to the pages, liking them, and even cookies. Quite often, you are Googling, you want some information, you get a notification.
Accept cookies.
Accept cookies. You are accepting cookies, but somehow you are compromising your particulars. You are compromising your data. For one reason or another, those cookies will be used to manipulate your system, and the next time, your money will be gone.
I know there's a thing called phone cloning. What is that?
Phone cloning is still a software that is bought online, and that is why it has become a challenge for us, for police to detect and curtail.
Yeah.
It is bought online by these fraudsters, and of course, the moment they have bought that software, they know your phone, they ring you, they verify. After verifying, your phone is off for about a minute or 2 or an hour or even depending on how busy you are to verify what has happened to your phone. Now, some Ugandans may think that the phones have run sort of battery, or it has got a touch problem.
Yeah.
But when your line has been manipulated, and the time it is off, it is doing a lot of problems, a lot of things. It can even be used, that very line can be used at a scene of murder.
Wow.
That very line can be used at a scene of transferring. We have one of the big banks in Uganda here. The money was transferred using somebody's line whose line had been cloned,
Wow.
and the money was intercepted from Morocco.
Wow.
You get it?
Yeah.
Billions of money.
Wow.
The bank was in shit. But because they had also developed a very formidable kind of system, they were able to detect, and that money was
They
gone.
had capacity, but if it's a simple Ugandan, money gone.
Exactly. You know, simple Ugandan, the money will be gone. Eh? So this business of you exposing your line, accepting every cookie, your phone will be cloned, and the money will be gone.
We have a few minutes left. Let's talk about this issue. You have been defrauded, and you go to get trackers, and you end up paying money. Why is that the case?
Yeah, we have problems with tracking because, first of all, there are some of our colleagues, honestly, who have misused that thing,
Yeah.
tracking. But we have got also genuine trackers, and they are measured at these main police stations. And I want to encourage Ugandans, once you go to the police, and then somebody comes out and offers track for you, it's better you first verify from the OCCID or the DPC. They will know who a genuine tracker is, because sometimes it may involve your money, your own money.
Yeah.
It is only in bigger stations like in Kampala divisions or CID headquarters where we put in our money, the money which is statutory budgeted for.
Yeah.
But in these other stations, sometimes they don't have that money. So they inevitably they will require you to put in to put in your own money. And this money in telecommunication companies, it is receipted.
Buying printouts.
Yes, it is paid for, they give you a receipt. Sometimes getting court orders,
Yeah.
you also pay the money. Sometimes when you are tracking, you may identify that the suspect is 100 kilometers from you. You have to move there and have him apprehended. Sometimes we inconvenience the common callers and arrest them, and they take it where the target is.
Yeah.
All that is money. But if you don't deal with the OCCID and you opt to go for this tracker himself, you may be cheated, because some of them are very unscrupulous, and we don't really encourage them to do that, because they have a reputation damage to our institution. But once you have had such kind of scenario, go to the OCCID or come to CID headquarters. We have got legitimate and professional trackers.
Okay. In a nutshell, we are bombarded by all these people asking, calling to pretend they are people we know and all this. What's my takeaway to protect myself? I know that the authorities will try, but first of all, it starts with me. What are the basic takeaways of how I can protect myself from fraudsters using or targeting my phone?
I think I'm privileged to have worked with a cadre. You are such a cadre, a true vanguard of security. You fight against crime. In fact, the first medicine is you. Fighting crime, detecting and curtailing crimes of such nature starts with you as an individual. Build your own safety measures and security. Don't succumb to some of the offers that come along the way. These cookies, these gifts, these friends.
Deals. People
want to get rich quick. Now you have gone to the page, go to Operation Wealth Creation, without even doing any paperwork, and you think the general can give you 100 cows?
How can that be?
No, how can that be? So you really have to do due diligence, do a second thought. Don't do things in a haste, consult, ring that person back, and don't succumb to some obvious things.
I know some people, who they called and said, I'm so and so, I'm calling. Then this person used the actual number of the person they're pretending to be. And the other person said, I'm not the one.
Thank you.
And the Mufere called back and said, please. And this one said, please, leave my phone alone, you Mufere.
Thank you. That is the way to go. And we always encourage people to do the second thinking. Think twice before you act. In one way or another, the Mufere has no patience to answer so many questions. The moment you fire the first question, the second question, either he will abuse you or he will hang on the
Yes.
phone. So always be very clear. But of course also some of these guys are formerly employees of some companies.
Telecoms.
Telecom. They have mastered the art and the science of the system. Like I told you, they have planted some programs unknown of his employer.
Yeah.
So even when he is no longer working with them, he can still have access to this system. That's why we encourage, whenever there is a change of leadership, change of management, change of staff, the company should do system overhaul or system upgrading, and also system audit to establish whether this person left some routes upon which he can depend on to do some fraud. But also secondly, and also very most importantly, is that we are encouraging the government to create employment, because most of these guys who do this are young men who sometimes openly tell us that, you see, officer, I'm looking for survival. Actually, in some of the cases, we had one case where somebody was defrauded of 15 million. And when we arrested the suspect, he says, how much money did this one? Because they even don't know how much they have conned from who. And the guy says, how much money did this gentleman lose? Say 15 million. So now 15 million is keeping me here when I have around 50 pending deals. So can I pay him and he leave me alone? And the man says, pay me. All I need is my money. I don't want to go into court, those things. And the man pays him. Of course, we send the file. Sometimes they say, now that there is no witness, how do we proceed? But the guy says, this is my only way of survival. I have no job. I cannot do anything. God gifted me with the brain, and the softwares are online. They are unlimited. You can access them and do fraud. But going forward, we need to sensitize our people, especially the victims, to ensure that they don't succumb to some of these fraudulent and unscrupulous fraudsters. Secondly, we need to encourage companies, for example, to build very strong and formidable firewalls, so that these fraudsters' software cannot easily penetrate their system and freeze them of too much money. Otherwise, at CID headquarters, we have built a very formidable and proficient team of cyber investigators. We have continuously trained them. Still, training is work in progress. And I think going forward, we shall be in a position to counter whichever kind of tricks these fraudsters will bring.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles Atwine, spokesperson for the Criminal Investigations Directorate of the Police. Viewers, the last week and this week we have been dealing with financial crime, targeting your phone and making sure you don't lose money. Please follow up the things. Do not just send money to people you don't know because they claim to know you. Do verification. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Okay.